Hey guys, welcome back to another part of our procedural creation series for this carpet. And in this one, we are going to discuss how many patterns I created for my carpet, and what are the steps to reach this complexity level. And of course, we are not going to follow this reference to the dot, but I'm gonna tell you why I took this reference, and my carpet looks similar but not the same for this. So I'm gonna show you the method I took to create the paths for each of these um, patterns. So you can see like this path, this one, and so you'll get some idea about the the making of the paths part of this whole process. The way I did this is I divided it into primary, secondary, tertiary, and um, an additional detail part. Let's just talk about the primary. Um, so of course I divided it like this. Like I want one pattern in this shape, and so that's my square. Of course, that's the easiest thing here, and that gave me this this detail. Yeah, and then the next part is these four big flowers, which um which I placed rather manually because no point in trying to get these only four things on the corners procedurally. I mean, you could. It's really simple with a tile sampler. Yeah. So I just made this and placed it, mirrored it, and again mirrored it. So that gave me this. The next one is kind of clever. I took this part right here, and it's like this. So so I took a paraboloid. I took this node called cross section, which is kind of a cool node. It's it gives really unexpected result because it's a mathematical thing. So basically it gives you kind of a graph of the values from left to right. So with transformation 2D, um, I resized it a bit and then mirrored it, and that's it. And that's my path, and that gave me this. Right. And then of course I mirrored this on both sides to ensure that there's no difference on, like, for example, left or right or top to bottom. So it should be the same, right? Same thing again, I think. Yeah, just a smaller version of this, right? And let's see. And yeah, in the middle we have of course another the main middle pattern, right here, right? So that's that, right? Then we move on to secondary details. This is where it gets kind of fun. So of course, the the secondary details revolve around the primary details. So the first one is, of course, the flowers surrounding. Let me get a different color. Flowers surrounding this main square or rectangle around our carpet, which is this one. And of course, I got this. I repeated the step to get this, and then I blended it. So we have like a bordering patterns, and another one to have this. You know. So this is how I'm, like, layer by layer I'm reaching um that complexity. On top of primary, I'm adding the secondary, which revolve around the primary. So it's like that, and then we move on to tertiary details, which are even more fun because they use the patterns which we already made as masks, which is kind of clever. So see this path which we already made, I'm using that as a as a as a as a mask for the paths, and then I'm getting something like this. Of course, this doesn't look very complicated at this stage, but once we add all of them together and blend it in the color, it gives that extra layer of patterns. Similar case here, another pattern I took some more petals around it, and use that as a mask basically. So then we have this one. Of course, I use this as a mask as well, which gave me this. And another one, and whichever, I think I used all my primaries for this. And then I also have another level, which is the same concept. I'm using the primary, and I think these are like smaller petals which revolve around the primary shape, which just gives me another layer of complexity, as you can see here. So we are following like a reference for this, how the shapes are gonna be. So this is kind of a rectangle. This is revolving around this shape here, and yeah, that's basically how I structured my carpet. So we have once again, we have our primaries like this in the center. We have our primaries like this. We have them here, and we have them here. And so the secondaries give you kind of a revolving around the primary details. So we have this here, we may have some here and here as well, and we'll have some here and also here. And so this kind of layered approach will help you to reach that level of complexity. So if you want to reach like absolutely this level of madness here, you will have to create like, I think 20 or so carpet patterns, and that, but in the end it will give you that really really complicated result. And the best part will be that you'll be in control of all of them. The next thing is to color it, right? So let me show you how I did that. Once you have all these set up, you're gonna add a dot at the end of each pattern, which is really useful for the coloring part. So what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna jump to this empty space here. So for example, let's take a uniform color. This will be the main background color of my carpet. So let's, for example, take a red carpet. Right. And so I'm gonna add a blend, and I'm gonna use a dot, and I'm gonna call my primary one for this. I'm gonna put it in the opacity, and I'm gonna take another uniform color for the color of this design. And so you can really just follow a reference, and yeah, you can achieve this. If you want to use your masks, which you were using for the paths, you can do that as well. For example, I want that black border here, right? So I can put a dot here, and I can put like border, but I think I should invert this before. And make it even smaller. And yeah, we can use this for the black part, and we can continue to do this. We can even have a border, um, an outline for this border, and we can color that as well. So let's take a blend, make some space. And I'm going to use this border and add an edge detect here. Roundness, no, yeah. And we can easily add a border for this, like oops. Let's see. This is I think like orange color. So do that, and so you have an orange border. Basically, this is how you are gonna continue to build your color here. Let's take another blend and let's do another one of the patterns. So I'm gonna take a dot node again. Primary one is done, so I'm gonna take a primary 2 and I'm gonna put another color for this, but I think the same color would also work. We can take a black color here as well. So that's that. Now once you continue to build your color like this one by one, you're gonna put your pattern. You can optionally you can also edge detect those patterns, and you can put the outline of those patterns. So let's do that with primary 2. So I'm gonna put another blend. I'm gonna use the primary 2 for my edge detect. Now put a really thin line for this, like this, and invert this. Yeah. And that gave me this look. So it's really easy to color it. To be honest, it's about how many patterns you have, and so those many patterns will automatically build that complexity. However many patterns you have, at the end your color train will look something like this, and at the end you will reach something like this. So same technique, nothing is new, just layers and layers of patterns and their borders, and maybe the borders, which is also a really fun thing. Let me show you. So um, nothing complicated, just let's take another edge detect for this, and that will give you the even the border of those borders. So you can use that as another color. Yes. Uh, let's put white, right? So how quickly from only one pattern we can build this much complication. And so once you have layers and layers of designs, that will start to look like a floral pattern work. So that's all I have to give you on this part. In the next part, we will use the color that we made for the actual material, and we're gonna build the material in the next one. That will be the finished product for our carpet. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.